So I've been away for a while, haven't I? And yes, I have missed Monaco, but don't worry, I will come back to that. But right now we're in Sanya, so yeah, let's just get to it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Formula E in a nutshell. And I've not done a new section because I've not had the time to do it, so yeah, right on. FP1 was filled with a few interesting moments. The commentary team talked about the lack of dust in this race. GQs also showed up in the Mahindra bit box. Wonder whether we'll get to see next season. Da Costa ran wide, scouting out potential ball-in locations for the race. He recovered majestically though, unlike Norman Nato. It was a move that was so disgraceful it should be punished with the guillotine. Talking of punishment, several drivers will serve grid penalties. Degrassi changed his MCU and gearbox. Barnard clearly took out some drivers at Monaco. Gunter sped under the full course yellow at Monaco. And speeding at Monaco? Yeah, that might be the FIA's fault, to be fair. They make it Pepe Marti, who apparently did nothing wrong against Nick Cassidy. He's a fucking shithole! The session was running to a close, with Mortara having a close shave at turn 11. Fellow Swiss Buemi broke down, leading to a red flag. And that was it. Now, nothing happened in FP2. So, let's just go to qualifying. In Group A, it was Andretti and Drogovic leading the way, from Taylor Barnard, Mitch Evans, and really, Nick Cassidy. Group B saw the return of the Season 10 champ at the top from Nick Debris, Dan Ticktum, and Jake Dennis. The duel started out very entertainingly. Evans versus Barnard come down to 1,000th of a second, the Kiwi going through. There was only one other duel in the quarterfinal that really stood out. Nick DeVries not quite enough steam to beat Dan Ticktum. Dennis and Evans both won their duels quite easily. Felipe Drugovich almost bottled his gap ahead of Mitch Evans. He just managed to keep it ahead of the bottler. Talking of throwing things away, here's Dan Ticktum at turn 9. Now it's time to see who Andretti wants to start from pole, and clearly there was only one man in contention for that. So Jake Dennis took his second P1 start of the season. Is he going to take his second race win of the season? With all 20 drivers lined up and a slight delay for debris on the track, it was lights out and away we go. The opening laps had the Great Wall of Andretti at the front of the pack before attack mode, then jumbled up the order like it usually does. Usual suspects hopping in it first. Zane Maloney because Lola wanted TV time. Ticktum so he could have an incident at the front. And Nick Cassidy because who cares about his energy levels anymore. Mortara decided he tried to live up to his teammate's name and take out Oliver Rowland. Big emphasis in the word try. The Andretti's used their first stat mode to put it back in a 1-2 position, doing what Garner did on Tuesday night. Back to Kira now, and Dan Ticktum has just smashed into Mitch Evans' backside. The Jaguar driver's rear wing was dislodged, and his pain was about to get even worse when Zane Maloney locked wheels with it, causing a massive traffic jam. This only lasted a couple of seconds though, as they were able to clear up. But since Marak is so trigger happy, we have to have one of these.
Okay. Stop, red flag, red flag, yes.
Oh, did you see that back there with Nick DeVries? One extended delay for barrier repairs later, and we have quite a few interesting scenarios. Pepe's car has just been taped up, Mitch Evans' rear wing has been replaced, and Mortara is no longer dancing with his front end. Green once again, and Andretti fall back again. They fell back to Pascal Wehrlein's favourite number.
6-7.
Costa pulled around 2.5 seconds of a gap with 13 laps remaining. In his 6-minute attack mode, he still had 2 minutes left. And with Oliver Rowland having more attack mode than him remaining, it was surely the Brits' race to lose. Velan then used his trade 5 seconds to get rid of the French card and used it on Nato. A poor guy actually. I feel sorry for him. I really shouldn't be making these French jokes. Ah well, off to the guillotine. His day was already bad. Da Costa had moved under braking and caused a 5-second time penalty. Well, back with another ball story. The Andrettis were back at the front. Dennis led with Drugovich in a net second after Wehrlein's 5-second time penalty. And then Pepe Marti showed up in the Tape-mobile to fight for a net third place.
Oh,
wait, that's Rowland? The reigning champion forgot to turn into the corner and lost his chance of getting massive points on the bottlers. So, as we passed the bottle on from one team to another, Jake Dennis won the race with his teammate in second, before he was then handed the penalty for colliding with Pascal Wehrlein. And talking of penalties, Mortara was finally punished for his stupid actions of not taking Roland out when he had the chance, by his kill switch being activated. Honestly, he's like Nico Hulkenberg. I think I've almost forgotten ratings, so for my chaotic mocks that have just happened, and for the grades I expect to receive for my actual GCSEs, I'm going for a 7 out of 10. That's a wrap, folks, so that's it. Until next time, it's goodbye.